weed, got my I'm all the way up. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. Shorty, what you want? I got what you need. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up.
And now, introducing you to the black corner, Steve Brown.
My name's Steve Brown. I work for Double Verify. We authenticate the quality of digital media. So if any of you are around later after the fight, I'm more than happy to talk you through it.
Bounce on the knees.
Been training for about 7 weeks so far. Very hard, but it's the last 2 or 3 weeks. It feels like it's all clicking into place, but it's certainly tough. There's no doubt about it.
Speed, yeah? Touch, touch, touch. Good man, let's go again. Touch, touch, touch. Good, and again. Touch, touch. You ready? Touch, touch, touch. Jab. Push. 1, 2.
What have I found hardest about training? Most of it really. Actually fighting has been really tough. The sparring has been hard work. When you're not used to getting hit in the face all the time, that's been an interesting proposition, let's say the least. And also not being able to eat what I want, when I want, and drink has been a really hard part of the whole training session. It's trying to get the work-life balance right, being away from the wife and kids. So thank you, Karen, for all your support, much appreciated. I got involved in the charity because a good friend of mine, John Maloney, I know he did this for charity last year and asked me if I would like to participate, and I think it's a fantastic cause, so I wanted to get involved. Also a secondary reason, another very important reason, a very good friend of mine, Mike Spicer, contracted motor neurones disease, which is an incredibly cruel disease, and I want to try and help him and his family, give him a better quality of life.
I wait around and then I run to the door. I can't take anymore. It's not you. You let me down again.
So before we do anything, and please settle down, you'll have heard on the video there that the reason Steve's doing this is because he took part tonight in memory of his friend Mike Spicer. So I want everyone in this room to just applaud and applaud and applaud and applaud in his memory. Thank you. So now, the second bout of the night. Mike Spicer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So if that doesn't pump you up, I don't know what will. Okay, so introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, fighting out of North London, Chris Hackett. And his opponent with the biggest fan club in the world, I have to say, fighting across the ring, out of the black corner, wearing black and white trim, and as a sprightly 176 pound, residing from Surrey, it's Steve Brownie Brown!
We're underway. Ask yourself the question, what is a 53-year-old man doing donning boxing gloves and getting into the ring for the very first time in his life, at this stage of his life? And the reason for that is he wants to do something for this great charity, and he wants to do something in memory of his late friend. And here he is, Chris, with that look in his eye and that Brownie brigade over on the far side cheering him and his every move.
Well, reception of the night so far, and I think it starts to hit home, Alex. And while we're here for a great night of boxing, we're here for a bigger cause as well, the Head and Neck Cancer Foundation, and a number of personal causes on the line tonight. And Steve Brown has made a really terrific start. You could see in watching that video before the bell went just how much that fired him up, and he's come out and he's made a really, really positive start.
Tell you what, that look in his eye, you want to bump into him in a dark alley on any night, given the way he looks right now. Fired up, pumped up, and letting his fist go.
Well, amazing. Met him last week for the first time, and what a mild-mannered, meek, friendly man he is. In stark contrast to what we're seeing at the moment, he's almost got a look of Golovkin about him, isn't he? He's cutting off the ring. He's hunting Chris Hackett down.
Well, Chris and I have been to some of the biggest nights in boxing ringside across the world, but the reception tonight and the atmosphere has been quite something special.
Yeah, you don't quite get the warmth and the feeling of love in the arena that you get here tonight, but goodness me, speaking of warmth, it's heating up inside there, and Steve Brown has landed.
Fireworks, right from the start.
Absolutely.
And in fairness, Chris Hackett, who's already had the benefit of one previous contest, that which he lost, he's been forced to stand his ground here.
He is indeed. He was on the show at the London Irish Centre in Camden Square around about a year ago. He certainly likes to box on the back foot, but that seems to have suited Steve Brown down to the ground there, because he took to the hunter's roll very, very well, cut off the ring, kept his guard high, and well, given that he's a man that started learning this just 11 or 12 weeks ago, Alex, and given that, as you say, he's a man in his early 50s, what a terrific opening round for him.
I'm impressed. His wife over on the far side doesn't know whether to shout and scream or cry. You can see she's living every single moment of this.
See Chris Hackett's corner man in the red corner there, Mide de Degbe, who started his career in white-collar boxing and turned professional with a debut victory in the Queensberry League around about a month ago, and already he's following up with another contest on the 3rd of December. Born in France, now lives in North London, and he's been a real asset to the white-collar boxing team, offering guidance and encouragement along the way. So in good hands, Chris Hackett.
Here we go then, into the second round. Would it be fair to say the pressure of Steve Brown perhaps enough to edge that first stanza for him?
Well, I think so. He's landed the nice eye-catching shots, and already he's landed some nice ones in early in round two. He's keeping to the technical boxing. The guard's high, which is good to see. He's landed some really nice stiff jabs too. And I'd say, looking at this, the way you judge a contest, he's in control so far.
I think quite a few of these boxers, all the male boxers, I think they said that the one thing that's been most difficult in preparation, it's not always the training, I think it's giving up the booze.
That seems to be the main thing. Well, a strong uppercut landed by Chris Hackett there.
Oh, he's backed off. I think he's hurt. Another uppercut. And Hackett is having to dig deep here, bite down in his gum shield, and he takes a knee. Relentless pressure from Steve Brown. He's still down.
Well,
He
Steve,
might get counted out here, very nearly. He took every single second of that count from the referee, Seamus Dunn.
well, moments before, Alex, Chris Hackett landed a really solid uppercut on Steve Brown. And I think he took a step back because he almost surprised himself. Brown took it so well, came back and landed a couple of his own, and now we're back on with the contest. So what a response.
Well, I tell you what, you don't see many amateurs, never mind white-collar boxers, leading with a right uppercut. That is a sign of great confidence indeed. There he goes again.
Well, Chris Hackett is having to use a bit of defensive nous and just keep away from him. Just slips that jab there. But Brown again is working off behind that jab. Nice counter right over the top from Hackett. But this is good pressure, isn't it? Excellent pressure from Brown.
And maybe the bell coming just in time for Hackett. And it seems that Steve Brown is a man on a mission tonight.
Well, if our reasonably educated eyes are anything to go by, Alex, you would have to say that Steve Brown would be 2 rounds to the good there. Obviously, the standing 8 count in the second round, that's got to count for a lot.
He could be 3 points clear and up and away on his way to a debut win. But in this great sport, you never quite know. And I think the Brownie Brigade, the Flenson family over on the far side of the ring, will just be crossing their fingers for the next couple of minutes. He is like a man possessed tonight.
Well, a lot of hard work has gone into this. He said one of the things he's found the hardest is taking shots for the first time. Never been hit in his life. But he's dealt with it very well this evening.
Steve Brown up on his feet, ready to rock and roll again. They touch gloves, and they'll go at it again for the final rounds here. Hackett on his toes, looking to dance and jig out of range.
Really nice the way Steve Brown's cutting off the ring. He's mirroring the footwork of Chris Hackett. So every time Hackett steps left, he steps right. Trying to keep Hackett pinned to the ropes.
He's leading with the jab. There's education behind this pressure too.
Just a sense that as he had Hackett hurt in the second, that maybe he could get a grandstand finish, and really Steve Brown is taking a risk here.
Well, these are heavy punches coming in from Brown. The referee just going to adjust, I think, the head guard of Hackett. He's just come slightly above his chin.
Of course, something we don't see now in the top end of the amateur game anymore. Those have been removed, and well, it's got its advantages and pros and cons, I suppose. One of them is occasionally you do see the head guard spin.
I'm glad I'm not in the opposite corner to Steve Brown tonight. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, he's been terrific, isn't he? And his fitness has kept up. About 45 seconds to go, and he hasn't shown any signs of going in reverse at all. Chris Hackett, meanwhile, has had his back firmly pinned to the ropes.
I think that the phrase just wasn't going to take no for an answer fits that performance, this performance tonight.
Absolute right.
Hackett has a look across to his corner just to double check what the instructions were coming in. I think they were probably moved, keep out of the way.
Well, it nearly cost him, didn't it? That little glance away, he nearly shipped a right hand.
Closing seconds, last 10 or so of this one. What a performance it's been from Steve Brown.
Absolutely terrific.
There goes the final bell. Sportsmanship on this charity night to a T. And what a performance from Steve Brown.
Well, listen to the reception, and you can see from the videos before and from speaking to him in the build-up just what this means to him on so many levels.
Well, if they are giving out an award for performance of the night, I think it's fair to say we've got an early nominee.
I think the hat's already in the ring, isn't it? Yeah.
Given that performance, I wonder if Brown will fancy doing this again. Same time, same place next year.
I might see you there, yeah.
And still they celebrate over on the far side, and well they might.
Microphone, thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, before we present you your winner, we are going to do 1 minute's applause, please, for Mike Spicer. So starting now, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. What a true friend that puts himself through that. Amazing. So referee. And the winner of the second bout of the evening is the blue corner! Could I please invite Mr. Stephen Upston from Loop Me to come up and present the winner with the award? A big round of applause for both of our fighters. Ready? Well done.